Ratchet and Clank walkthrough. So this is going to be after we defeated that Thugs for Less leader with Big Clank, and now we get to go do the rest of this world. Now for some reason this car ride is pretty lengthy, and I think I skipped through me buying a couple of things at the vendor here, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, be sure to stock up on ammo because this is probably one of the longer levels so far. And it's kind of weird because this game doesn't really have too many long levels. I think most of these videos so far have been less than about 15 minutes, which is pretty short for in comparison to the last Ratchet and Clank. But anyway, this is a pretty straightforward one, I guess you could say. You just warp into here, and there's these guys that, well, hello doggy, there are these security guys that will shoot at you if you hit them or if you get inside their light. So kind of reminiscent, at least to me anyway, it's kind of reminiscent of Sly Cooper. And if you just shoot them, then they're going to start shooting at you right away. If you go right past them, there's a chance they won't see you at all. And for those first three, it's kind of hard to get past those, so you probably have to kill them anyway. But for some of these upcoming ones, if you stay out of the light, then it is one less enemy you'll have to deal with, and that's always good because, well, come on, you don't really want to defeat more than you have to. There's also going to be quite a few of these lasers that we will have to jump over. This one's pretty straightforward. You just jump as it gets sent at you, and be sure to watch the last ones. The last ones are pretty easy to get hit by. And then you should be able to destroy that laser creator, and then there's a health orb kind of to the right there. Now, you don't have to be at the edge of these lights to see you, as you saw there. That the light was on top of me, but it wasn't the whole entire beam of light that was actually on top of me, so he couldn't attack me, which is fine. And then once you get here, you can take care of some of these guys, which are some of the more annoying ones, as I've mentioned before. But I'm just going to use this seeker gun. It's getting pretty close to getting upgraded, and that is really nice. And once you get rid of them, then you can keep walking here. So there's not really a whole lot left, as you can see on the map there. There's going to be a gliding spot in a little bit after the cutscene, and it's kind of weird the way that they made this part of this world. You'll see in a second, but anyway, it's just a little bit odd. So these guys down here, if you have something like the sniper, which I don't really like that much, but here it actually would be pretty good, or if you just want to try to zoom in and shoot these guys from above, you can, but the easiest way is just to get down here. And then of course we're gonna have to deal with some of these lasers. Now you can jump right over them, or you can take them out completely by destroying these laser creators yet again, and it's probably safer to use a gun for that. And as it turns out, you can still hit them even while they are underground. I didn't think you could, but looks like you can. Now these little mines are pretty easy to take out here. Just throw whatever you have at them. The Lancer's probably a better choice than this saw blade, but you know, whatever works, whatever you want to do. And then you're gonna get a bunch of lasers coming out here. And once again, I think I'm using a seeker for this, but once again the Lancer may not be a bad choice. And then I decided to shoot it in there to see if I could destroy some of those guys. And it turns out they know that something hit them, but they're not going to bother fighting me, so that's pretty nice. I guess just them being on the other side of that big swirly X means that they can't actually shoot over here. But they do take a couple of hits with the seeker gun, and at this point I just want to get it leveled up as soon as I can, so I didn't really care. But then that guy just, for some reason, couldn't aim onto him, so I'm getting kind of closer, and then gonna switch back to the blade weapon and take him out finally. And then we're gonna be jumping onto this elevator here. And then we can walk a little bit forward, and you'll see that there's not really a whole lot around here, and there's kind of a dip, and then all of a sudden, tank! So shoot the tank down in whatever ways you can find that are best. And for me, I found, once again, this blade gun. I'm just going to be using that so much. And after you defeat the tank, then you should be able to swing shot on over here, and then you have to use the dynamo to open up some of these platforms. So sometimes one dynamo blast will open up 2 platforms, and sometimes it's just one, and you'll want to go quick because these are timed, and you don't really want to fall off if you don't have to. You don't die if you fall off, it's just you have to start over. So anyway, next will be a cutscene.
Okay, this must be the core terminal. Let's see what we can get from it.
The power appears to be out in this entire area.
You're right. I better call a maintenance bot. Let's just follow him and fix it ourselves.
So of course we have to do kind of a fetch mission, which is just following around this robot, and this is nearing the end of the level. So this took me a couple of tries, but you need to glide your way on through here and try to choose the best paths so you don't end up hitting the sides or the walls. And as I've said in the last time we had to use the gliders, slight movements are a lot better than trying to move suddenly. And the hard part's coming up here with these steep turns, or I guess these sharp turns, and then there's a kind of a drop, I think. Yeah, this drop right here messed me up a bunch, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad, and once you make it to the end, that'll be it for the level.
Now, let's get the goods on that experiment. What the?
I think I see the problem.
What? Now even the computers are charging us? That's it. This galaxy blows.
Dr. James T. Fullbladder reporting on Megacorp experiment number 13. This update is strictly classified. If you are watching this, you're fired. Early thinking held that the specimen was entirely docile in nature. Even overt provocation failed to incite it. But the late Dr. Putrid's son observed that natural levels of monster propanase in the experiment's bloodstream were triggering some remarkable changes. Attempts at neutralizing the specimen's violent tendencies were met with limited success. Our surviving staff recommend that the experiment be destroyed immediately at Megacorp's deep space disposal facility.
The computer's log indicates that we were the first to view that recording.
So Fizzwidget must not know. We've got to warn him.
Yellow.
Mr. Fizzwidget, you're safe! Sir, brace yourself. We just saw a video of your experiment eating its handlers. I repeat, it eats its handlers.
Ah, yes. Low fat, extra foam, no sprinkles.
Mr. Fizzwidget, do you copy? Anyone handling the experiment must exercise the utmost caution.
No, decapitated. Hmm? What? Oh, yes. Exercise my frontmost cushion.
Ugh.
Sir, your experts recommend that the experiment be liquidated. We will meet you at your deep space disposal facility.
Ah, yes, my cheap date proposal facsimile. It's heavily guarded, so make sure to use the password. Which is, Quarktastic. Yes,